So one thing people get in trouble is that they often turn the hand wheel when they're ending a stitch. Let me show you what I'm talking about. When you're done sewing, if your needle is in the down position, if you turn your hand wheel, you will notice that this take-up lever is going to be brought all the way to the top. So let me talk about how important this is and why, if you're going to use your hand wheel, you've got to bring it to the highest position. Let's go ahead and sew just a little bit. I'm in the middle of a decorative stitch. If I touch my needle up button, it finishes the stitch and brings this to the highest position. When I take my fabric out and I cut my thread, when I go to sew the next seam, I don't even have to hold these threads. I can just go ahead and start sewing. And that's because we have finished the last stitch. If you don't finish the last stitch, it's still trying to finish the last stitch. The thread pulls out of the needle because the take-up lever is not the highest position. The last thing it's doing is it's pulling the thread out of the needle. That's why a lot of people are in the habit of holding their threads when they start to sew. It's because it is going to pull out the needle, and that's only because they don't know to finish the stitch. So my goal is to teach students to, if you're sewing along, whether your needle stops down or up, is to use the button or your foot control. Remember, you can rock your heel onto the back of the foot control, and it'll take a half a stitch. It'll bring that up, it brings this here, and it's perfect every single time. It's also the position you want to be in for using your needle threader. So if you are jiggling that hand wheel, that needle threader is not in the right position to be using it. It's too low. See how it doesn't even want to connect with the needle eye. So make sure you're always using the foot control or the up and down button to finish the stitch, and it will save you a ton of headaches.